These will
no.
probably fit into one video.
I actually want to go back and talk about what I thought about the Microsoft conference. To be honest, like I genuinely think that they did the worst job.
To be honest, I believe that out of the big three,
Out of the
they
big
were
three,
number
yes.
three.
Out of the big three, yes. I will throw that in there. Out of the big three, I think they did the worst job. But it's just like, to be honest, it reminded me so much of the crap that Nintendo pulled in '08 that everybody hated so much.
Yes.
Because they really only had like a
Stuff
couple
for
of
casual
hardcore
gamers, and then they had all the stuff for the casual gamers, like one or two or three games for the hardcore gamers,
and that was it.
and then they just kept pulling all this stuff for Connect, and it's like, where's our stuff? Where is the hardcore gamer stuff? I mean,
where's the? I mean, you know, games for grandma are all fine and dandy. I don't have any problem with it.
yeah, even though
but-
my grandmother would never be able to work one of these machines in her lifetime.
It's a metaphor, okay?
I'm
you
just
get it.
saying. There's some old people that don't need to be playing these games because
But
they
I mean-
their wrist strap and throw the Wiimote into the TV.
While playing Connect.
Yes, they're like, why isn't this thing working? Crash.
That was I enjoyed that. I'm sorry. That genuinely makes me LOL. Anyways, it's just like
I was trying so hard not to spew Coke.
it's just there was so little for the hardcore. I mean, you had your Halo, you have your Gears, you have your Call of Duty, and MGS, and that's it. You know, and
Yeah, they left just hanging for any other things like good RPGs.
for anything,
I mean,
honestly.
the only good RPG they gave us was Fable 3, but it's like a Fable 2 copy paste and.
If it's anything like Fable 2, I don't think it's gonna do well.
I mean, I enjoyed Fable 2, but
But
if it's
there
like
were a
Fable
lot of
2,
complaints, you know.
then- yeah, I mean, the way that it looked was Fable 2 file, copy paste, update costumes, and there you go.
Boom, free release, make money.
Thank you,
Question mark,
Peter
question
Molyneux.
mark, question mark, profit.
Yes.
But anyways, okay, I think I'm gonna actually be done now.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's just they showed off so much like stuff just for casuals and for the Kinect. And really, speaking of the Kinect, like when I look at it, like I just can't help but feel that there's all this potential for it that they're not using.
Exactly.
And I mean, you know, I'm sure, you know, down the road, they probably are going to make some pretty hardcore stuff for it.
Because I mean, it is just now getting started.
Yeah, and you know, I'm very positive that they'll get to it. But I mean, it's just like when you see all of that crap, it really kind of turns me off on the Kinect.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't help but feel that there's all this cool stuff they could be using it for.
Yes, please, Microsoft, give us some good RPGs on there, and give us some good
I mean,
other FPSs and stuff.
an RPG would be awesome. It would.
Yes.
Swinging my sword.
And me
That would
actually
be
being
awesome.
able to cast my fireballs and lightning bolts. That would be the time.
It would be like
I mean,
anyways.
even you have to admit, you probably just cast fireballs.
I would.
Sometimes just for the heck of it.
Because it would be awesome. Anyways.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me of the iToy. It really does.
Yeah, it actually kind
In
of
the
does.
old days, which the iToy was a failure. So.
Very, very much so.
And if you ever played one, you would have known why.
Yeah, you.
My neighbor at an old house I used to live in had an iToy, and I played it a couple times, and it's really, if you play it, you'll know why it never worked out.
Yeah, that was the way back when equivalent of the new $50 paperweight that you get from Nintendo.
Yeah. It was the new. It was the Vitality sensor before the Vitality sensor was the Vitality sensor.
Exactly. Yes, Nintendo, I brought back up your screw up from 2 years ago. You can.
1 year ago. They
Oh,
talked
the
about it
Vitality
yesterday.
sensor was last year, wasn't it?
Well, I think they. Anyways.
no, the
I don't wanna
Vitality
talk
was
about
2
it.
years ago. Last
But
year
they
was
talked
the Wii
about it
Motion
last
Plus.
year. Anyways, whatever.
So all in all, Microsoft,
EA.
you failed us this year, Microsoft. Next
EA,
group.
EA. Which before we get into this, I just want to say that like, I really don't think that developers should get their own conferences.
Here we go.
And like even when they do, it's like out of all the developers that did get conferences, and if you're going to give developers conferences, the only one that got one that deserved it, in my opinion, was Konami. Because like I mean I'm not gonna talk bad about EA and Ubisoft. I mean they have their strengths and stuff like that, but like they're really not. I really don't think that they're as big of a name as they're being made out to be in the fact that they get one of these. And
The only reason I think that EA is getting one is because of all their little developers that they have in their EA Partners program. and all those games that they keep coming out with. The only thing that I don't like about that is that it takes away from the other conferences from the big three. So the only one that actually repeated, thank you, was Microsoft with their Your Shape Fitness Evolved. Ubisoft they showed the same thing, same woman doing the exact same stuff. It was a repeat, and it just bored me.
They did have a lot of exercise crap they showed off, and surprisingly, Nintendo actually didn't.
I know.
The one company you thought would do it was actually the one that didn't.
There was no Wii Fit Plus. There wasn't a Wii Fit Plus this year, so everything is good. There was no more Wii Sports. However,
we'll talk. We haven't got to the Nintendo conference yet. Hold your voice. Hold your tongue.
We need to hurry because I have got so much to say about the new Wii Blank.
Anyways,
that's all I'm giving you.
Anyways, but I mean,
because Wii has one.
Let's get back developers conferences.
Did you see what I got there?
I did. Trust you. But it's just
Wii has one.
There's so many other developers that I think.
Let's give them the list because Square is one of them.
Square should if developers are gonna get a conference or something one that deserve it, like where's Square, where's Capcom, where's Valve,
yes,
where's
where are all these
BioWare,
big ones?
where's all these companies that obviously in my opinion honestly deserve it more than they do.
I'm pretty sure that even Bungie could have one.
They could if they made anything besides Halo.
Yeah, granted, if they made something besides Halo, they could actually have their own.
They could.
It would be like Halo, 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 other game, Halo, 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 other game, end.
But people would love it because of Halo.
Because of the Halo, they would go see it.
That little old lady with her Wii remote would be in the crowd.
Yes, she would. That she would.
I love that. I do. I'm gonna start using that more often.
Old lady with a Wii remote trying to play on the Kinect.
Anyways,
sorry.
To actually talk about it, to EA, which I think we should just skip a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, EA. All they did was pitch games. They gave their big.
Let's just talk about. I want to talk about just the stuff that matters to me personally.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and state it because I know we're probably gonna skip all these. They had 4 things from EA Sports. They had the MMA, the live broadcast, which was like all the EA games you could do, or EA Sports games you could do that. EA Sports Active 2 released on November 16th for the PS3, 360, and Wii, and then Madden NFL 2011. So there you go. There's your EA Sports games. Let's go on with the good games.
Sports. If I may, I'll just talk about it a little bit. Dead Space 2.
Yes,
I would.
He has a friend that will probably be wanting to play that.
Yeah, I have a friend who's really into horror games, and I imagine she's gonna like it. But it really didn't look because I almost beat Dead Space 1 until it got boring. Well, actually, I kept playing after it got boring for quite a while. But I mean, it looks like Dead Space 1. It doesn't really look any different to me. And to be honest, I can't really say I'm interested in playing it because it looks the same. And to be honest, Dead Space 1 didn't scare me that much in the first place. Which you haven't played it. I guess I shouldn't be looking at you for an response.
Yeah, I can't. Like I was about to say, I can't really say anything about Dead Space 2 because I haven't played Dead Space 1. So I really don't know what the difference would be. I really don't.
I mean, it wasn't as good as it was often. Speak me. It wasn't as good as it was really made out to be, in my opinion. Dead Space 1, and it really wasn't that scary. I wasn't a big fan of it. But I know some people that'll be, they'll probably care. Yeah. If I may touch on Medal of Honor, it looks exactly like Call of Duty. Next game.
Yeah. The next thing was.
I want to talk about The Sims 3 and
Go ahead.
And that depressing presentation that they did for it.
Yes, that was so morbidly depressing. It's not even funny, but it actually was funny.
Yeah, it was funny because it was depressing.
Yes. Who knew that depressing things could be so funny?
Well, I mean, I think because it's out of place.
Exactly.
It's like, why do you show this at a huge presentation to promote your game?
I mean, the way that they just stuck it in there. It seems like because they did. The EA Sports, EA Sports, The Sims 3, and you get all depressed, and they go on to Crysis 2. I'm like...
Maybe that was intentional.
Yeah, they're like, we had to throw this in somewhere.
Maybe that's like, we know people are already going to be disappointed for Crysis 2, so let's give them a reason besides Crysis 2 to be disappointed.
Yeah, that's probably what happened there.
Anyways, it was a very disappointing presentation. Like, literally, it was very depressing. Anyways.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm looks like every other FPS out there.
I had to make one quick thing about Crysis 2 for anyone that would even be interested, but I highly doubt you will be. It's supposed to be.
I'm sure some people will.
It's supposed to be available in 3D on the PS3, 360, and PC this year. Meaning you get to wear glasses while you play your game, so you get to look like more of a nerd than you already do.
Huzzah!
Isn't it wonderful?
It's a wonderful world.
What a wonderful world we happen to live in.